In the latest twist that was unveiled in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a promising basketball player and another man found themselves in hot water after a fatal shooting near the university campus. The tragedy took place on February 6, 2022, when Jamea Jonae Harris, a 23-year-old mother, was shot and killed, leaving behind a trail of mystery and confusion. Her story represents a sobering reminder of how life's fragility can be cut short in an instant. Her untimely death raises important philosophical questions about the nature of senseless violence, the value of human life, and the impact that these types of events have on the individuals and communities left behind. According to authorities, on Sunday at approximately 1:45 a.m., the police were called to the Walk of Champions at Bryant-Denny Stadium due to a shooting incident. A vehicle had stopped there because its occupants had seen a University of Alabama police vehicle. As per Tuscaloosa Police Captain Jack Kennedy, the unfortunate incident occurred in the notorious strip off University Boulevard. Reports suggest that Jamea Harris, age 23, from Birmingham, became a victim of a violent crime. After the shooting, the driver continued to drive along University Boulevard after their vehicle was shot at, eventually stopping for help when they saw a police car. Harris was found dead inside a vehicle, while the driver, whose identity has not been revealed, claimed that their car was hit by gunshots. Tuscaloosa police were called to the scene along with the VCU. According to the Tuscaloosa Violent Crimes Captain Jack Kennedy, there is no indication of any additional threat to the area related to the shooting incident. DARIUS Miles, a 21-year-old reserve forward from Washington, D.C., and Michael Lynn Davis, age 20, of Charles County, Maryland, have been charged with capital murder. This grave charge has been slapped due to the fact that the death involved shots fired into a vehicle, Kennedy added. Reports suggest that Miles allegedly opened fire on a car in which Harris was riding, leading to her untimely demise near an area near the campus known as the Strip early Sunday. Following the review of surveillance footage and multiple eyewitness accounts, police named Miles and Michael Lynn Davis as suspects in the fatal shooting. Both of them have been charged with capital murder. During a news conference on Sunday evening, Kennedy disclosed that the altercation between the victim and the alleged murderers was a trivial one. Apparently, they had no prior history with the victim, and it appeared that the shooting was an impulsive act. The driver of another car in which Harris was a passenger informed the campus police near Bryant-Denny Stadium at approximately 1:45 a.m. that somebody had shot into their car, and they had fired back in self-defense and wounded one of the suspects. The injured suspect eventually went to a nearby hospital, which aided in linking him to the shooting. He was instantly admitted to the local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries, and Kennedy refused to divulge further information about who wielded the gun or who was injured. They were later taken into custody by the Tuscaloosa Violent Crimes Unit. It is unclear which suspect shot into the car or which one was injured. Both suspects are being held without bond, the Violent Crimes Unit stated. Attorneys of Miles have stated in a press release obtained by CNN affiliate WBRC that Miles and his family are devastated by Harris's passing, but he continues to claim his innocence and is eagerly waiting for his court hearing. According to Tuscaloosa Police Captain Jack Kennedy, it seems that the shooting occurred due to a minor disagreement that transpired between the suspects and the victims after they ran into each other along the strip. According to reports, as he was being taken to a law enforcement vehicle, DARIUS Miles was overheard saying to someone, quote, "I swear I love you more than you can imagine," in an emotional outburst.
I swear I love you more than you imagine.
According to Jamea Jonae Harris's mother, Harris and her boyfriend were getting something to eat after a night out when a man approached Harris and started flirting with her. He was advancing on her, and she declined his attention. He refused to go away, Cotton told CNN. While they were attempting to leave, one of the suspects allegedly walked up to the car and started shooting. Harris's boyfriend shot back and hit one of the suspects, who later went to a local hospital and was connected to the shooting. It seems the tragic shooting of Jamea Jonae Harris is a classic case of ego and revenge. Harris was shot and killed after declining the advances of a man trying to flirt with her, according to her loved ones. The suspect allegedly refused to leave her alone and started shooting when Harris and her boyfriend tried to leave. This senseless act of violence appears to have been motivated by the shooter's ego, as he could not handle the rejection, and his desire for revenge, as he sought to punish Harris for refusing him. The tragic death of Jamea Jonae Harris highlights the devastating toll that senseless acts of violence can take on innocent lives. Harris was a hard-working mother, devoted to taking care of her son and enjoying her time with loved ones. Her loss is not only a profound tragedy for her family and friends, but a painful reminder of the prevalence of gun violence and the need for effective solutions to prevent it. She wasn't a troublemaker. She was a hard-working mother who got up every day to take care of her son, Cotton said. As Harris's 5-year-old son continues to stay with Cotton, the mother said, quote, "I haven't found the words to explain this to him yet." As Harris's mother struggles to find the words to explain her daughter's death to her young grandson, it's a sobering reminder of the lasting impact such violence can have on families and communities. It is a tragic reminder of the destructive power of unchecked egos and the importance of emotional regulation and conflict resolution in our society. The victim of the fatal shooting near the university campus, Jamea Harris, was a charming young woman who adored her family, particularly her 5-year-old son, Kane, as per Cotton's statement to AL.com. Harris was merely seeking a relaxing weekend with her boyfriend and her cousin, who attends the University of Alabama, when the gruesome incident occurred. According to Harris's cousin, Kennedy Henderson, Harris was a gentle and cheerful person who had a heart of gold. She was the glue that kept the cousins together and urged them to pursue their dreams. Henderson said that Harris was the best little cousin one could ask for. She kept the cousins together and pushed us to be the best, Henderson said. She was the best little cousin I could ask for, honestly. She was a humble soul, and she was always a happy soul, said Kennedy Henderson. We literally grew up together. Henderson expressed her family's shock and disbelief over the tragedy and requested prayers during this difficult time. The aggrieved mother of the deceased, Karl Cotton, claims that University of Alabama basketball player DARIUS Miles shot her 23-year-old daughter, Jamea Jonae Harris, because she turned him down. In a heart-wrenching Facebook post, Cotton shared a photo of her late daughter and her 5-year-old son, Kane, stating that her daughter's life was snatched away because she didn't talk to Miles. She wrote, quote, "Took my baby's life because she wouldn't talk to him." Miles was a reserve player for the Crimson Tide team, which is currently ranked 4th. Prior to their game against LSU on Saturday, it was announced that he was out for the remainder of the season due to an ankle injury. Following the incident, Miles's biography has been removed from the university's athletic department website, and he has been expelled from campus as he is no longer a part of the team. In response to the shooting, the University of Alabama issued a statement affirming its commitment to the safety and well-being of the university community. The university also expressed its deepest condolences to the victim's family and friends for the tragic incident that occurred near campus. They issued the following statement concerning the arrest. First and foremost, we extend our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of the victim from last night's incident. We were made aware of the recent charge against student-athlete DARIUS Miles, and he is no longer a member of the Alabama men's basketball team. Athletics, in conjunction with the university, is fully cooperating with this investigation. Notably, according to Tuscaloosa Police Captain Jack Kennedy, neither Harris, the driver of the other vehicle, nor Davis are associated with the university in any way. Therefore, DARIUS Miles was the only person involved in the shooting near the University of Alabama who was connected to the school. The University of Alabama also issued a statement Sunday night. The University of Alabama's utmost priority is the safety and well-being of the campus community. We are grieved by the incident that occurred near campus last night and extends our deepest condolences to the victim's family and friends. University of Alabama men's basketball head coach Nate Oates expressed condolences to the family of Jamea Jonae Harris, the victim of the shooting, in a news conference on Monday. He said the team is supporting each other as they process the situation and will continue practicing for their upcoming game. The university and athletics department is cooperating with the investigation, and the team is aware of support services available on campus. The story of Harris is a tragic reminder of the pervasive violence that women face every day. While her story is heart-wrenching, it is unfortunately not unique. All too often, women, especially those of color, are subject to violence and harassment, and their stories are overlooked or ignored. A report from the Violence Policy Center shows that in 2020, the rate at which black females were murdered by males was nearly 3 times as high as white females. The report highlights that black women and girls face high levels of violence, but their plight has received limited attention. The report points out that the burden of fatal and non-fatal violence experienced by black females has been overshadowed by the toll it has taken on black males. Last year, Raylan Cameron, who was only 17 years old, was spending time with friends in an empty apartment when a 22-year-old man named Javon Duncan began making advances toward her. Despite Cameron's clear lack of interest, Duncan continued to harass her. When she rejected him, he pulled out a gun and fatally shot her in the chest. As Harris's murderers await trial, it is important to remember that the tragic death of Jamea Jonae Harris is a painful reminder of the violence and injustice that continues to plague our society. Harris was a young woman, a mother, a daughter, and a friend who was taken away from this world far too soon. The circumstances of her death are a sobering example of how easily conflict can escalate into violence and how innocent bystanders can be caught in the crossfire. As we reflect on this tragedy, let us not forget the countless other victims of violence and their families who are left to pick up the pieces. It is our responsibility to work towards a society where everyone can feel safe and secure, and where incidents like this are no longer a part of our reality. May Jamea Jonae Harris rest in peace, and may her loved ones find comfort and healing in the midst of their pain. What do you think about the case? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're interested in more true crime content, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Until next time, stay curious and keep watching.